Okay, hi there, it's me, Bobby, and this is part 2 of my question and answer session for questions I was asked related to my first video that I did on healing back pain by Dr. John Sarno and how reading that book healed me of my back pain and sciatica. So what I'm doing, if you're watching this video first, is answering questions that people who viewed that video have private emailed me or left me in comments. So I'm answering the questions that I had been asked. So another question was, doesn't a person need deep counseling to change the way we deal with our emotions? How does reading Sarno's work change that? Okay, as I already said, he said some people will need that. If it's, you know, if they're struggling to get better and the pain is not going away in a timely manner. But I did not need that. I did not need deep counseling because my personality type is such that I naturally repress anger, evidently, according to Sarno. And so I can't change my personality. Like, I guess my brain is always going to automatically do that. It's going to, you know, one of the deals with people who get TMS is they usually like to be seen as a good person, you know, as a kind person. They have that good syndrome. And so I guess that creates a lot of subconscious anger. So no, a person most of the time does not need to get counseling to change the way they process emotions because it's a part of you. The only thing I needed, and most people will need, is just the full-on belief and knowledge that the pain is not caused by a physical abnormality. It's simply your brain shutting down blood supply. Okay. Okay, and then somebody asked me too how I changed my personality emotionally and was reading the book enough. And again, yes, reading the book was all I did. And another question was, did it go away immediately or gradually? And I believe I had said in that first, or did the pain increase and then go away? No, for me, the pain did not increase. It, day by day, gradually went away over a 2-week period. So that was my answer to that. And I have used this analogy with a few people about what Sarno tells you how to get rid of the pain. I know it sounds so simple, like in The Wizard of Oz. I always thought, and I read this somewhere before too, at the end of the movie, when Glinda the Good Witch tells Dorothy, you know, hey, just click your heels 3 times and say there's no place like home and you can go home. That's all you had to do the whole time. I always thought, what? You know, I would have thought Dorothy would have been pissed off. Like, lady, you could have told me that in the beginning of the story and saved me a boatload of trouble if it was that easy. Well, that's how this is in my mind. Like, it's so hard for people to think, man, there's no way it can be that simple. Like, surgeons are trained in back surgery and they have the, you know, they go to school for all these years, you know, they know what they're talking about. It can't be as simple as just going, oh, you know, hey brain, you stop doing that. And then your pain magically goes away. But it is. I mean, it is. And yeah, you could have been told that in the very beginning and saved yourself a lot of pain and misery and doctor's visits and back surgeries possibly. So yeah, that's my analogy for it. Another question, good question, was how do I get the blood supply back to normal? Just by accepting it as the source? Or does the brain just stop doing it? Yeah, you don't have to you don't have to tell your brain, hey, you can, get the blood flowing back, but going back, but you don't have to focus on that. Again, what I did was it was the knowledge. It was the knowledge and the total belief, like, oh, this is what's going on. I completely believe this. And then I did the few things that Sarno said to do, which was, returning to activities that I had restricted myself from, and I did curse my brain. And honestly, that's all I did. Yes, I accepted the source of my pain as being a withdrawal of blood supply that my brain was choosing to do. And the brain just stopped doing it, little by little. It's the truth, and it's amazing, but that's exactly what happened. And another question was, they wanted to know, did my TMS symptoms move around once I started to address it? For me, no, but I know that this happens, but I have learned since that I do have and have had equivalent conditions to TMS, one of the interesting things was I had mitral valve prolapse and occasional chest pains from that since I was a little girl. And when I read Sarno's book and my back pain went away, I've never had that mitral valve prolapse pain since, and that is an equivalent. So that was interesting. So I'm sure that was probably due to TMS, and I didn't even know it. But since then, in a book by Steve Ozanich, in the back is a huge list of TMS equivalents. Oh my gosh, it's unbelievable. So yeah, I highly recommend this, and I'm still reading it because it's some heavy reading and goes into great detail and depth. But when I finally finish it, I will talk about this too. But all of the equivalent conditions are astounding. Everything from rosacea to neck pain, which I've had, hiccups, fibromyalgia, frozen shoulder, which I had, dandruff. You would have thought anyway. So you might want to look into that because you may have had or may be having equivalent conditions that you didn't even know. And I didn't even recognize it until later when I got that book and read that. But some of the equivalents I have had in my life was, the mitral valve prolapse, neck pain, and shoulder pain. I had frozen shoulder. I've had upper back pain in my right off my shoulder blades, right in the center. Knee pain and heart palpitations. And actually, the knee pain I was having right before I got the Great Pain Deception book. And I had attributed it to doing squats and doing the incline on my treadmill when I would exercise. And so I had stopped doing those things thinking that's what the source was. And then when I read the equivalent conditions in this book, I thought, oh, holy heck, I wonder if I could have been fooled again. So I applied the same techniques again that I mentioned in the first video to my knee pain. I put the incline back on. I started doing squats back again. And again, I kid you not, in 2 days, the knee pain went away and hasn't come back since. So again, amazing. And one last thing is someone was kind enough to send me the link to the Sarno documentary that's called All the Rage. And I will leave a link down below. I think it's video on demand if you would like to go watch it. And I'm sure you could find that useful and helpful. So thanks for watching, and I hope this helps. And you have a blessed day. Bye.